Hello and welcome to a brand new vlog. I'm Lucas and exams are finally over. Woo! So for the past 3 weeks, I've been doing exam after exam after exam, almost every single day. And I've been doing multiple exams, especially the week 2, because that's when most exams are taking place. But I also have to take exams before and after, and those exams are actually somewhat more important than the exams in week 2 because they are actual real exams. And I'll basically cover this in a little moment, but I've basically been taking exams for the past 3 weeks, and that's been partly why I haven't released any videos in the past 3 weeks, because I've been a bit busy. I mean, I have released some things, but I didn't have much time to record more. However, now I'm free because I don't have any more exams. Actually, I just have one more, but it's in 2 weeks, so I have plenty of time before that. But these exams are actually really hard compared to what I did last year, because this year I'm in year 10 British curriculum, so I'm starting the IGCSEs, which is a course that British people take once they reach year 10 and 11. And for the most part, these exams do not count, like they're just to see how you're doing. But I have taken 2 exams so far which are actual IGCSE exams, so these exams actually count, and these will make up my final IGCSE grade. And I have a third one coming in 2 weeks, which will also count for my final IGCSE. So I have a lot to do, especially since IGCSEs are 2-year courses, and I've been taking 2 of the exams in a year. So I have to study 2 years worth of material in a single year. I mean, for math, which is one of the GCSEs I'm taking early, it's not too hard because most of the stuff I already covered in Key Stage 3, which is year 7 to year 9. But Chinese is a completely different topic. I mean, we did do stuff in year 9, but it's nothing compared to what we did in year 10 and 11. It definitely helps to have studied it before, but it's not exactly like easier than if you did not know. A lot of the stuff in the book basically just relies on you knowing basic Chinese, and then once you've passed that, you basically have the capability of passing the IGCSEs as long as you study for 2 whole years and understand everything that's in the textbook, which I panicked because Chinese is not my strong point. But these are still exams that we do want to pass. So for the past couple of weeks, before the exams, we have been revising non-stop all of the topics that we have done. And it's a lot of work because in IGCSE you learn way more in 1 year than you do in Key Stage 3. In Key Stage 3, there are certain lessons which you can just pass and you will still get a really good grade. In IGCSE, if you miss one lesson, you're screwed because you will have potentially lost like a couple of marks in your exam, and a couple of marks in your exam plus all of the other mistakes that you probably have made kind of climbs, and you will end up basically messing up and getting a low grade. It's really important that you know everything that you've learned in IGCSE. I mean, certainly you already know everything that you've learned because otherwise there's no point in staying in lessons, but the revising bit is the bit which is kind of the most important, and maybe the fact that I don't like revising kind of lowered my grades a little bit, but otherwise pretty confident might get good grades. I mean, I did get some of the grades already since most of the exams have already passed, but I don't know certain grades, like the most important grades, the one which I've been talking about, you know, the actual IGCSE exams. Those grades I do not know because these papers have to be brought all the way down to Britain in order to get marked. So from now up to the moment those papers come back in with the results, I have no idea what I've got for my IGCSEs. Well, as for the papers themselves, I actually found them pretty easy. I mean, I was amazed by how easy certain papers were. I was looking at the Chinese exam and I was thinking, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have some questions unanswered because Chinese is really not my strong point. This is gonna be hard. But when I looked at the paper, I saw most of them were multiple choice and all the questions were written in English. I was just looking at the paper and I was saying, what? This can't be the right paper. It's in English. Wait, this is an actual paper. It's in English. A Chinese paper in English. There really isn't any explanation to this. Why is it in English? And I was just looking at the paper and I ended up finishing my paper in half the time, and I fell asleep for the rest of the time. And unfortunately, the teacher who was supervising the exam kind of remembered that little detail and kept reminding me every single time I entered his lessons. So yeah, I have to remember not to sleep in lessons ever again. Or exams. Both of them are pretty bad. Other than that, there were also certain papers which were a bit harder than usual, but when I sat down, I found them a bit easier since I was under some stress, so I could answer all the questions quickly, and I only really didn't answer questions on one paper. I mean, I did answer as many questions as I could, but on one paper I kind of fell asleep halfway through the paper and I didn't finish it on time. What's up with me and sleeping during exams? And as for homework, it's amazing how I seem to be getting more homework after the exams compared to before the exams. I mean, I passed all of the exams, so there's nothing really more I need to study, especially since I'm leaving already. So why should I bother to learn more? I mean, of course it will help me, but the problem is in my next school, they say that the levels are not as high as in Britain, like British standard. So why would I learn more? As well as I'm learning different subjects since it's a different system, so I'll have to change some of my subjects. But otherwise, a lot of the stuff that we're doing now really doesn't matter to me in the long run. Because a lot of the homework is look at your exam and review all of the questions you did wrong. Great, but the thing is I'm not taking the subject anymore, so I don't think I'm gonna need this anymore. Yeah. Okay, final thing to say, I still got more exams. I still got one more exam which I'm gonna have to take in at least 2 weeks. I probably said that already. Statistics, kind of like math, but not math because it has a lot of words in it. I still don't like statistics, but I still have to take the exam because it's pretty important at GCSE to have. Otherwise, most of my exams are done. I am free again, and suddenly I also have all of these mini projects which are due very soon. So I've also got to work on those. But otherwise, it's pretty much the end of the year. Time for fun. I really had a little bit of a celebration last Friday because it's the end of the week, and also it's my, well, it's not mine, it's a friend's leaving party, but I did join because I was also leaving, so we could have kind of celebrated as well. But otherwise, I am pretty much done in terms of studying for this year. There's not much more we can do. Still got homework, which is weird, but otherwise it's the end of the year. It's time for party! Yay! And it's also the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching all the way through this video. I hope you watch another one of my videos, and I shall say to you goodbye.